Yeah. See, like it's like the timing of them, you know, like cause
Hit enter. Yeah, this is way too long on those
yeah.
Okay, so let's start back over.
Wow,
That's weird. I've never seen that before.
man, too strong, Jay Murphy. You too strong, man.
Let's go back to the video here.
Okay. Let me follow you, or you gonna pull up?
Yeah,
over
I'll
there?
show it up there.
Okay.
In Adobe Premiere Pro. The first thing you want to do after opening Premiere Pro is start a new project by clicking here. Create a name for your project.
Okay. So, did you follow these steps
Yeah.
when you first started this sequence?
Yeah. I took care of that stuff, but it's still like I couldn't like change the time. You know. Yeah, I took care of that part. Yeah.
That better?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start.
Premiere Pro. The first thing you want to do after opening Premiere Pro
New
is
project.
starting a new project by clicking here. Create a name for your project and tell the software where you want this project to be saved. I'm going to call this project Stop Motion YouTube. Once you're done, click OK to open the project. You should get to a screen that looks something like this. Before you import any of the photos you took for your stop motion, you should change some settings so it becomes easy to edit on later.
Have you done all that up to that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Click on Premiere Pro.
I did timeline.
You did timeline?
Yeah.
Preferences, and then on Timeline. This should open up a window that looks something like this.
I did all that too.
You did
Make
this
sure
part?
you change these settings. The most important one is the third one. This tells the software how long each
Still image default duration? Yeah, that part right there is important.
On
you play
timeline.
import them into Premiere Pro. Make sure it's set to 0.1 seconds. Now you might be wondering, won't that mean that my stop motion will play at 10 frames per second? Well, this is true, but if you set this at 0.1, it makes changing the frame rate to any speed much easier.
Hold on. Can you stop that?
The next thing.
So. Hey, I don't know. Like, I still don't get it. Like, cause I took care of that part right there, and it's still.
Okay. You want to start over with that part?
So.
Yeah.
So I have to start over, you think?
So you don't have to start off with the photos, but you do need to set up a new sequence.
Okay. So
We'll start a new
no
sequence
project. Okay.
Just to make sure that we got the setting correct.
Okay.
Okay. So if you go over here.
Before you import any of the photos you took for your stop motion, you should change some settings so it becomes easy to edit.
Wow. New project.
You stop motion long.
No, 10 seconds. I was trying to take it the 10-second one.
I thought you were gonna retitle it right there.
Okay.
Stop motion long.
No, it's not a long one.
Oh, it's a short one?
Yeah, the
Okay, cool.
10-second one. I just got off.
Okay, so from here, so you go up to,
It just went back to that sequence.
I'm sorry, go back up to File. And go to, is it Preferences? Let me see.
Something like this. Before you import any of the photos you took for your stop motion, you should change some settings so it becomes easy to edit.
So he clicks on Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro up at the very top. Maximize. Yeah, hit close all projects. Close all projects. Yes. Okay. And so, yeah, go ahead and hit new project. Let's just start from the very beginning. Because if you've already done all the work,
The first thing you want to do after opening Premiere Pro is starting a new project by clicking here. Create a name for your project and tell the
so taking the photos is the long part of the project.
Mhm.
The rest of it is just setting up the settings correctly. Then you import your photos, and it's automatic after that.
Okay.
Okay.
software where you want this project to be saved. I'm going to call this project Stop Motion YouTube. Once you're done, click OK to open the project.
Okay.
You should get to a screen that looks something like this. Before you import any of the photos you took for your stop motion, you should change some settings so it becomes easy to edit on later. Click on
Project settings. No. Go to sequence. What's going on? Go to window, all panels, workspaces, all panels. You already have that open. Click on the Adobe Premiere Pro 24. Yeah. Click on import. See if that changes anything. Home. Yeah, so this must be a Mac versus PC thing,
Okay.
because that shouldn't, so preferences, right? Let me launch Premiere Pro over here. Okay, so you have to go to edit, go to preferences, timeline. So that's just the difference between Mac and PC.
Mhm.
So Mac, you go up to Premiere Pro, drop down to preferences, but on PCs you got to go to edit, drop down to preferences.
Okay. So like from this point right here, like so just like
Yeah, so uh, yeah, I close this panel out.
Close it how?
Go to slide this over to look at edit or something. To source. Yeah. Okay. So now go to edit. Preferences down at the bottom. Now we can go to this part of the
Timeline?
yeah.
Okay.
timeline. Now we're catching up. Catch up with the video.
Premiere Pro at the top left, and then on Preferences, and then on Timeline. This should open up a window that looks something like this.
That right there.
Mm-hmm.
You got the same settings for that? So video transition default duration. The very top is 30. The second one is 1.0. The third one is 0.10. After that is page scroll, vertical.
It
everything else
says
should be fine.
frames right there, right? At the first one?
Yes, change that to frames.
Because I think, yeah, I seen this part and like I still.
So frames, seconds. Yep. So everything else looks good. Hold on. Before you press OK, let's continue with this.
Make sure you change these settings. The most important one is the third one. This tells the software how long each frame should play for when you import them into Premiere Pro. Make sure it's set to 0.1 seconds. Now you might be wondering, won't that mean that my stop motion will play at 10 frames per second? Well, this is true, but if you set this at 0.1, it makes changing the frame rate to any speed much easier later. The next thing you're going to want to do is click on Media. Make sure the top setting is at 30 frames per second. Then click OK. This will save your settings. The final setting that you should change is under File, Project Settings, and then General. Make sure to set the display format to timecode instead of frames.
You got that part?
Hmm?
You got that part yet?
No.
How you doing? I'm good.
I had a question about the timing for the stop motion animation.
Okay. For the 30-second one?
Yeah,
Is it settings issues like this?
I'm not sure because I did all of those settings.
Okay. That's how are you on this part?
I'm still.
Oh, so you're on preferences? Yeah. So hit OK.
Okay.
Go back into hair. Okay.
At 1, it makes changing the frame rate to any speed much easier later.
Yeah.
The next thing you're going to want to do is click on Media.
Media. Okay. Edit. Preferences. Media.
Yeah, click on media.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the top setting is at 30 frames per second. Then click OK. This will save
30 frames per second. Yeah.
your settings. The final setting that you should change is under File, Project Settings, and then General. Make sure to set the display format.
Have you got to that part yet?
Mm-hmm.
File, Project Settings, General.
To time code instead of frames, because this will make it much simpler to understand the frame rate of your video in the end.
So that needs to be that display format?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that all the settings are done, I can explain to you what all these different sections are for on Premiere Pro. The big window at the
Okay, at this point, this may be where so you've done this part right here, but when it comes to slowing down or speeding up, you nest all the images.
I did that.
You nested the images?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, let me get you caught up to that point.
The top right is where you see the preview of your video. The one right below that is the timeline. This is where you can move different clips around to create the video. And finally, the window to the left is where you do most of the editing and also importing files. Now to start, open up the folder with all the stop motion images you took. Select all the photos you want in your stop motion. Make sure that they are in order and drag them into the window on the left. I'm only using 34 photos to make this tutorial simpler, but I would recommend using more so your stop motion is not so short. Okay, now that all the images are in Premiere Pro, you can put them into the timeline. Make sure you click.
So this right here, I had another student who was seeing them out of order, and so they click on this tab right here, and it puts it in a list in numerical order or alphabetical order.
Okay.
Because if it's in icons, you'll see the icons stagger side by side. But if you have it in a list, it goes in order from top to bottom.
How is explained? It's not like that. It's like this.
Okay, you go to edit. Yeah, so all of this should be right here. Double click that. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really have to click the whole thing. I could just click that and then just open it.
Yeah. Open that.
It don't do
So
it.
select that one and go all the way to the bottom and hold shift. Yeah, and select that one. And you're good. Open that up. They should all go right there. See how you have icons?
Mm-hmm.
You want to click on this right there, and that makes it in a list. That way it stays in numerical order. Then you can drag this over here.
The whole thing?
Yeah, but we'll let the video finish out this part.
Okay.
Click the top one first, and then shift click the last one so the images stay
Start with
in
the top,
correct
shift
order.
click the bottom.
Once you put them in the timeline, you will see that all the photos have a duration of 1/10 of a second.
Then,
Everything good?
yeah, put it in here.
Yeah, you drag it from here to there.
Okay.
Okay. I think you clicked off of it whenever you click the hand. So click the very top one. All the way down. Hold shift and click the bottom one and then just drag it. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Because of the settings we changed in the start of this video. You can adjust the scale of the timeline so that you can see the images better by pinching on a trackpad or moving the slider at the bottom of the window. As you can see, 10 images make up 1 second on the timeline. This means that the video will play at 10 frames per second. You can click spacebar to play the video in the preview window, but it usually won't work because the sequence hasn't been rendered yet. To change this, go up to the sequence and click Render In to Out. Premiere Pro tells you if the video will play smoothly by showing a color above the part of the video. As the video renders, you can see that the yellow line is turning into a green line, indicating that the part of the video will play smoothly.
You got that part?
Yeah.
We'll go back?
No.
Or you got it?
It's good.
When your computer is done rendering it, click spacebar and watch it. You may want the stop motion to play faster than 10 frames per second. So in this next bit, I will show you how to do this. Click on the timeline window and then click Command A to select all the photo.
Control A.
It's
Then go up to click.
it's
Can I
still,
highlight everything?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
still
still,
rendering?
you're still
Okay.
rendering.
Because you'll hit Control A, you'll highlight everything, and then they're going to nest it.
Okay.
And then from there, I can show you how to stretch out your time as long as you want it, or shorten your time as long as you want it.
Okay.
So He goes on about a different whole nother way, but I just want to get up to the nesting point, and then I'll show you how to right click that nest. Right click and go to
Duration.
duration, speed duration.
Duration.
To do that, and then you can give it an exact time that you want it to fill.
I fiddled with it. I just didn't know because whenever I put it to 30 seconds, it's not smooth at all.
It's not smooth.
Not in the
Have you rendered
slightest.
the in and out points?
Yeah, it's not. Speed duration. 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, render it in and out. Here we go.
But it's like I had 100 pictures and it's smoothest at 10 seconds. 10 seconds long.
The smoothest at 10 seconds? Okay. At 100?
Yeah, I had like 106 photos or something.
106 photos? Okay. For 30 seconds, that should be 3 frames per second. Or at least.
It's like I followed the directions as on that. I double checked that I had everything set up right and it still just didn't.
Howdy.
Hello.
Let me go check out, turn on Zoom real quick.
And press the nest button. Give it a name.
Everybody done sequencing or you're importing? Rendering, I mean?
Yeah.
I can't find the right words. So you're good on your rendering?
It's like when I play it now, it's just kind of like.
Okay, you feel like it's taking too long?
I just feel like it's really slow compared to the first, to like the 10-second one. Just like,
You can if you wanted to.
it just moves a lot smoother at this pace than it does on the other one, given I haven't rendered it properly, so it's a little jerky right there. But I just didn't know if I could do like, it looks better at 10 seconds, but we need to have 30 seconds, but it doesn't look good, as good at 30 seconds. So I didn't know what I should do before
So-
turning it in.
You can submit both if you wanted to.
Okay.
You're meeting the requirements on one, but then you're going for the artistic.
On the
It
other.
looks better on the other.
Okay.
And so I can grade with that in mind.
Okay.
You can consider both.
Yeah.
That way you're not having to add more frames just to make it.
Yeah, it's like I can't make any more photos because all of this is glued together.
Okay. And so that's what I was, yeah, because that's exactly what happened with my Skittles project, I just did the Skittles by itself. And then when I realized, I don't have enough photos for this, it's gonna look too spaced out. Then I went and added the pencils. I went and added the other stuff to make it longer because I didn't have enough photos. But yeah. So, in your opinion, you have 106 photos for 10 seconds. So you think we should
It's-
allow 300 photos for 30 seconds?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
How many seconds does it end up being? 40. Does it end up being 12 seconds, 20 frames?
Yeah.
That's what its total length is with all my
Yeah,
images.
12 seconds. Okay. Okay. So you can export both versions. I'm just gonna go for those. That way you're not adding more to it because
And then we put
I know the
a title
frustration.
sequence at the beginning? Or
the title sequence did
Okay.
yeah. For a project, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let me get him caught up on his. Okay. And so, have you nested everything?
No.
So in here, you'll hit Control A, and then right click.
Right click and then
Right click in here.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Let's go to the arrow. Right click. All right, you want to hit Nest. Go down to the bottom, I think. Or there you go. Okay, nested sequence 1. That's fine. Okay, now right click again on the green bar, and then hit Speed Duration. Click on that. Speed duration, then you can go in there and increase the speed by 150 or slow it down by 50, or you can go in here duration and you can type in 30 seconds or 10 seconds. Yeah, hit OK. And then that'll make it, oh, now you have to re-render it because it turned to red again.
So enter.
So it's going to render the files, and then it made it exactly 10 seconds long.
Okay.
And for the 30-second video, you'll do it the same way.
Okay.
You may want to do at least 100 photos, maybe closer to 300 photos
Okay.
for the project.
All right.
That way it's smoother, and you'll do it the exact same way. But on the project, you have to add your intro sequence,
Okay.
your title sequence.
For the 10-second one here, I don't.
10 seconds you don't. Yeah. So
Only
once
for
it renders
projects.
and you play it out and you like it,
Okay.
you have audio to it or whatever you want it to do, then you can export this and upload it as your 10-second project.
Okay.
Sure.
Some like sound to it or something, or some music or something.
So basically, the assignment is like a practice for the project.
Okay. The project I got
So the
to.
project you have to do audio for
But-
sure. You don't have to.
I think I can though, cause I have some I can put something to it
Yeah.
like.
That's up to you. It's
Yeah.
optional.
Alright.
Yeah. So turned in, done it better than perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be it for today for us.
Okay.
What time is it?
5:42.
Oh, 5:41. So we're 1 minute into class. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Doing good? If you're working on anything, go ahead and save it. Go ahead and save.
On
your
Tuesday,
work.
I.
You can render it if you want.
No, last Tuesday I showed up here and I was like, it's five something. Then I seen your email. I'm like, man, wow.
For yeah.
Yeah.
So I was planning on having class,
Yeah.
and then Blinn sent out an email saying we're not having class. Like, don't make your students come to class.
Wow.
And so I sent out that email. I was like, oh man, I was planning on having class because in my experience, we still went to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just Thursday and Friday were off.
Yeah.
But Blinn just gave everybody off for the whole week. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's my bad.
So that's strange because like Tuesday I think I had a class at 2:00 to 4:00. Like it's like
Another
right
class?
down the hallway. Yeah.
And they actually had the class?
Yeah. For art history too. Yeah, I had that class like right down there.
And the professor was there?
Yeah. and it was some kids that like four or five students was there. So
Was it like optional or was that like a requirement?
she said it was required.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
Huh.
And then I came right down here after that, like on Tuesdays, after that class, I come like straight here. Like today I had to take care of some, print something out, but I came right back here and like, wow.
So I was planning on having that class on Tuesday because in my experience we were only off Thursday and Friday, but Lynn sent out an email saying we're off for the week. So I was like, no class for the week. I'm like, what? I would have liked to have known that,
Okay.
Did y'all get the same email?
I had class on Monday where at least one of my teachers said that we had to show up.
Really?
Yeah. That's why on Tuesday I was like, oh, okay. Because
Weird.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is technically the break days.
I was expecting to
Yeah.
be here. You have any questions? You good? Were you here on Tuesday?
No,
Okay.
it was on Monday.
Second.
I had a class on Monday. And she was like, yeah, you need to come on Monday. I'm like, okay.
Other teachers told you that too? Wow. Maybe
I was like, do I need to go to this class too? I wasn't sure.
So, yeah. Let me. I really want to. Yeah, so not only we're not supposed to have class, Bryan campus is supposed to be closed on Tuesday due to construction activities. So Tuesday, November 21st, and Wednesday, due to construction activities. Wow. See this right here? Bryan campus, temporary closed on Tuesday and Wednesday, construction activities. That's wild. Okay, so as far as the class goes, let's get into week number 15. So this is talking about embedding video into eCampus. We'll get into that. I think that's going to be for the final project. Yeah, for the final video, we'll be embedding our final videos. Instead of posting a link to YouTube to a final video, we'll embed all of our videos for their final project. Okay, due tonight is a stop motion project. This is the 30-second one, the long one. Next week is the portfolio, and I talk about a little bit of the portfolio. I want your best 3 pieces of work that you've done this semester in video, in this video class. So pick your top 3, your 3 favorites, and then you're going to go back and make any changes or any edits that you could have done better in the original submission. Go and tweak anything, whether it's color grading, whether it's time sequence or time duration, like you slow things down, speed things up, however you wanted to do, any kind of changes you wanted to make, whether something was out of order, something out of place, or audio levels. Say you had a vocal speaking part during the news segment, but the background music was too loud. This is your opportunity to go back and change the audio levels. Bring up your microphone, turn down the background music in the audio. And so this is an opportunity to perfect those videos and then submit it into your portfolio. And there are going to be 3 questions or 3 topics that you speak on, or not speak on, but type out. You're going to write on 3 topics for each video. So it's going to be 9 altogether. All right, so we'll go into this one here. All right, so it's going to be portfolio videos. Answer the following questions for each video. What did you like about the video? What did you want your audience to know about the video? If you could do the video again, start it all over, what would you do different? And that's for each video. For all 3 videos, you're going to do that. Okay? And then after that, you're going to follow the formula on this one. You're going to answer these questions in your comment. Which one of the students' videos, or which of the 3 was your favorite? What technique made that video the favorite? And what do you think the student should work on to make his or her videos even better? Cool? Pretty straightforward. And so, portfolio, this is your chance to go back and correct any videos, bring it into, I want 3 links in 1 thread. That make sense? And this is, yeah, so you're going to embed these 3. That way they're not clicking out of a new window every time. So embed those 3. They can watch it in eCampus. And they can just watch all 3 of them right there on that same website, on the same eCampus thread, and then comment below. So you're going to embed these 3. So anybody have any questions on embedding? I can walk you through it.
Yes.
I'll show you how to do that. Cool?
Yes.
Okay. So in the past, we've shared links to YouTube. This is a different way we're going to embed into eCampus. Back out of this real quick. And so the difference between a link is like if I click on this link, it takes me to another window and I watch the video there. Embed means it's visible there in the website. And I can just click on it and watch it without ever leaving.
This hopefully short video going to drop.
Without ever leaving this website. That makes sense? Okay, so let's go find a video we want to embed. Okay, writing short films, okay?
Starting with a blank page can be overwhelming. Grammarly gives you a head start. Simply type a prompt to...
It's hard out here, man.
Okay, so say this was my video that I've uploaded. All right, instead of sharing the link like we have been doing down here, copy the link, we're going to embed. Then, see this code up here? You're gonna hit copy. Copy link to the clipboard. Then we go back to eCampus. And let me just say in here. Let me go to the thread. You know what? Looking for my portfolio. There we go. Start a new thread. Submit.
So,
Embedded.
so share first. You put share and then. Oh, embed. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Instead of hitting insert quick link like we have been doing all semester long,
Wow.
we're gonna go to insert stuff.
Okay.
Just 1 tab over. You see this one? Let me zoom in. Oh, well. Yeah. Instead of this one, like we've been doing all semester, we're gonna go to this one. Insert stuff. And then we go to down here. You can go to YouTube or you can just do, you know what, let's just do YouTube. Okay? And, oh, you know what? This is a different way of doing it. Different way. Okay, so let me go back to YouTube, and you can go back to the link. So this is probably a better way of doing it. Copy this right here, for portfolio videos, and paste that right there. So copy the link What? Oh, you know what? I have to delete this right here. That's why. What? All right. Try again. Embed code. And then we're going to go to embed all this copy. Next. That makes sense? So this is all the embed code. Hit insert. Post. So whenever you see it on eCampus, it's like, hey, I like your work. You can go straight here and comment on it in the thread. That way you can watch it and you can comment on it. All in the same window.
So for other stuff, turn in tonight. Can I try that? Like, you know?
Yeah, your
Okay.
portfolio videos.
Yeah. I mean the stuff for the night, like.
Oh,
I gotta
the final video for the 30-second commercial. Or
Yeah.
30-second
That-
stop motion.
Yeah.
So
So
stop motion is still the link.
okay.
Only portfolio and final video
Okay.
are going to be embedded. Where's my markers? There we go. Embed portfolio and final video. All right.
Okay.
Everything else is still a link. Just these. So it's going to be 3. Push that in there. 3 portfolio videos in one thread, in one submission, and then the final video is going to be turned into embed like this, and to Dropbox as well. All right. So, any more questions on portfolio before I move on to final video?
Do you have to make edits to your videos?
You don't have to if you like it the way it is,
Or it's like if you can't?
or if you can't,
If-
yeah,
okay.
that's fine too. Yeah. It's just an opportunity to go back and make improvements, you know. Okay. Any other questions on portfolio before I move to final video?
Yeah, I have a question about our Creative Cloud account. So as soon as this class is done, like what happens to it?
You create a cloud account?
Yeah, because I think I got like 4 apps on. I got stuff saved on. So as soon as fall semester is over, what happens to
You
it?
still keep it.
Okay, because I think I have a photography class in the spring. So
Mhm.
well, 2 classes, two photography
Yep,
classes.
you keep it. And so the subscription leaves with you. And so if I understand correctly, once you graduate, because once you put in, you have a free account, right? Or are you paying for it?
No, it's free. It's free.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the free account, they want you to put in your information like your name, your maybe your phone number, your email address. Of course, the email address because the Blinn EDU email address. That's what makes it free. They also want a date of expected graduation, right? So you put that in. Hey, I'm expecting to graduate in May 2024, and so they're like, okay, they put a stamp on it, or they clock it. It should once at that point you're there, then if I'm not mistaken, they give you another 2 years after your graduation date that you can still keep this subscription.
Free. Wow.
After the 2 years is up, they're like, hey, you're 2 years past your expected graduation date. Start paying for it. They kick you off. Okay?
Yeah.
Any other questions about that?
No.
No. Any other questions about portfolio before I move on to final video? No? Okay. So let's go to final video. Expectations. So just real quick off the top of your head, how long is your final video supposed to be?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay. So, final project is a 8-minute feature film that you must develop. So you have to have these in the following. You have to have the following in your movie. So of course, because it's a project, you this use film that you recorded. So no video games, no cartoons or animations or those kind of graphics. Okay. This is a edited. Oh, you got to have at least one of your clips must be a time-based media, meaning